My people, how on a day today? I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media. Today, I want to speak on our brother, Commander General Yahoo, speaking directly to Finland, to President Alex Stubb when it comes to Simon Ekpa. Letting him know that, look at him. Finland should get their acts right because they said, Nigerian government said they have killed General Yahoo. But before your eyes now, we are seeing he's a free man. Nothing has happened to him. He was only poisoned, but their intention was to find out indirectly if the poison did its job to kill him. So they came out boldly. The Nigerian military came out boldly to say they've killed General Yahoo. He was burnt up. He was burnt alive in a house. But look at him now, hale and hearty. So I will discuss and play the video of him speaking to the Finnish government, President Alex Stubb. At the end of the video, I will have to give him my own words. I will have to speak to the President of Finland. It is time to let go Simon Ekpa. You see what is happening in Biafra land, where a governor is now imposing sit at home. So it's okay when the governors impose it, use the ability to shoot guns in the air. It's okay. But when we speak for Nnamdi Kanu, they call us terrorists. They say our acts and deeds are terror related. At this point, I want to call on Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. I was there yesterday. Respect to my brother Kai report for making this video, cutting this video out, where she spoke about our generals. I think what I want to say is let bygone be bygone. All I want to say, let bygone be bygone. I understand there was some misunderstanding. It came when Oge Nkere, we didn't know his plans then, but he came and told us guys, to stop doing what they were supposed to do. And unfortunately, there was a miscommunication from their end because they now paid homage to the government of Oge Nkere back then. But soon as they assumed these men were dead, Oge Nkere now came out to become prime minister. He declared himself the prime minister. And we are glad that when Oge was thinking everything was sweet and nice, our comrades came out, our angels came out, and they paid homage to the real prime minister, which is Simon Ekpa and the Biafra government. But I understand the elephant in the room. We will have to find a way to amend the differences, if there is any. Because for Biafra, we are all one. They say different roads lead to the market square. So if there's any differences, we will find a way. We, the people, will find a way to come together to amend those differences. But for now, I want us to hear the response by our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, as she speaks on a question posed on her by one of the listening audience. So if you're ready, I present to you a response from Dr. Ngozi Orabueze when asked if she's going to make peace with the men on ground. You hear the word them. Will you make peace with them? Them mean men on ground because she's been speaking about it for a while. So someone asked if she'll make peace with them. So please listen to our response and I'll come back to play the video of Commander Gento speaking to the Finnish government. If you're ready, let's go there. Listen.
Somebody also pushed, please, my DPM, I want USB to make peace with them if possible. Again, I don't know if you're talking about the same people.
If you know who make peace with them in this regard is about BLA, okay? Butuzor, Gentle and other commanders to work with them. So even for back Republic are trying to, because this is what they do. Oh, the Briggy, in their own way, the Briggy is actually looking great. get together. I'm not here for that. Just practice.
Yes, Kai, my brother, we're not here for that. I understand that. So, because of that, I will say, let us hear straight from our Deputy Prime Minister what she's got to say. But respect my brother Kai, was trying to explain that stuff. Say, them means the BLA. I agree with Kai 100%. The them there in the question. Will you make peace with them? The them means the BLA. The them means Commander Gentile. The them means Igwe Butuzor. Okay? That's what we're talking about here. So let's continue.
In all the videos and what they release, I've not seen. Okay. Again, the United States of Biafra government, we are not enemy with anyone. So I just want us to make sure we don't we don't put things where there is none. We don't have any enemy in Biafra land. We don't have no enemy.
This is the
Our only enemies are very, very clear. Those that are sabotaging the restoration of the freedom of the Biafra people, the reintegrated terrorists recruited by the Nigerian state wearing military and police uniform, those are our enemies. The agents of the Nigerian state like Operation Odogachi, Ebubago, the Fulani terrorists that are wielding gun, AK-47, shovels, knives in our bushes, pretending to be marauders. These are our clear enemies. So apart from these people that are killing us and sabotaging the freedom, the United States of Biafra government has no enemy. Our stand has been very, very clear. Any envisaged elite that will work with the United States of Biafra government has to be responsive and responsible. And responsive and responsible in the areas of partaking in the trainings that
Who's doing that now?
I call you later, please. The trainings that our defense goes through, both the international humanitarian law trainings and other trainings that our experts are offering to our elite squad. Weekly, bi-weekly, and all bi-weekly, and then like that. So those trainings are very, very important, not just for helping us to build the kind of defense that we want, but also is helping our defense to safeguard themselves for safety and security too. So for the person that wrote the comment on the session, the United States of Biafra is not enemy with anyone. Those of you that fully followed after our declaration in Finland, we were open to everyone. Everybody in the United States of Biafra defense, whether they've been doing it from the ESN, which our Prime Minister moved all the ESN to become the Biafra Liberation Army during the Biafra Republic government in exile, and then to the declaration point. Again, so many things have to change to make sure we are in conformity with being a nation. There are requirements, there are standards. There are things we can do, there are things we cannot do. Mm-hmm. That is what the government is based upon. Mm-hmm. These protocols that is leading to our allies working with us, recognizing us. The government wants to ensure that those protocols, we maintain that. And that was why immediately after our declaration, we gave every Biafran the room to be part of the government.
Okay.
So to the person that was said on the chat section, we are not enemy to anyone, but we want to make sure that whoever is going to be working with the government follows the policies and procedures of the government.
Hold it there, madam, with all the respect. I appreciate that. The USBG government is not enemy to anyone. But whoever they'll be working with will have to follow the bylaws, the lay down policies and guidance in working, in operating, and the rest of that. I mean, that's a normal stuff that should be happening. I hope that people are following these procedures. I keep saying it, policy, framework, your working framework, the structure. How do you carry out your government? We must have a working framework, the architecture of what we will do. Within the government, are you guys working in silos or are you working in unison? Is there partnership within the government or is there a collaboration between? These are things I want to know, and I expect us, because we want to be the best. We don't want to follow the Nigerian school of thought where one man is king. Babasokwe. You know, they all bow down to an old man who pee on himself and all those things in Aso Rock. That's not our school of thought here. We must have policies, procedures, and rules of engagement. That's all I'm saying. I understand in war, sometimes you have those they call the commandos, that they work on their own. They go AWOL, absent without leave. I understand that. If that's the situation, if those in the BLA, as in Commander Gentle and the rest of them, if they want to work in a silo by themselves, AWOL, as a commander, by themselves, fine. We ain't stopping them. But if they want to work with the USB government, according to Dr. Orabueze, then they may have to follow the rules and regulations, the policies of engagement in doing what you do. So, you know, I agree with that, because that's what we do here in the Western world. I keep saying it, we work within a framework, a structure. There is an architectural structure that you have to work within. You cannot work outside it. If you work outside that structure, then you have gone beyond the scope of the job. You have gone beyond the scope of your job role. Case in point, Oge Nkere, he was being delegated to Washington to go and discuss with the lobby, but he went beyond the scope and he made him to assume he was the money man, that he was the one responsible. He has a sole authority to work with them. Hence, the temptation came, and now they are now saying, oh, we love you more, we want to work with you more. In fact, we can use you as a direct contact. That way, he was cajoled to call himself the acting prime minister and now the prime minister of Brigi. Why? Because when he was delegated, he went there thinking it was his own authority. He went beyond the scope, beyond the policy, beyond the bylaws and guidelines that we used to operate in the government. So I hope, I am praying, I hope in the USB government that there is a laid down policy that everyone must adhere to. I hope. When Samanekpa is free, we shall also ask him what happened. How come this man that you sent to Washington, how come he turned around and now he's saying he is a prime minister? What happened? He was just a finance minister, a minister with a portfolio to deal with finance. He was the money boy dealing with the purse. What happened? How did that turn to him having power to become a so-called, acting prime minister? And from there now he's now saying he's a prime minister. What went wrong? CRC, what did you guys do? You went beyond the scope, beyond the policy, beyond the guidelines. From Conflict Resolution Council, you turned into an electoral body. Where did you get that power from? You went beyond your scope. That's why I am worried when I see a government and you guys you're not very, very strict with how you do your job. Then that's a problem. So to call it, look, you see me, I don't know how to tell lies. That's a gift and a curse. I don't know how to tell lies. I call it spade a spade. So in this case, if they will ever come together and work again, then one party must be ready to be submissive to the government. The government remains the government. So if our men on ground, our BLA, I am so glad. In fact, I am happy they are all alive and well. If they want to come and work with the government, then they must follow the laid down rules. But if they are not sure, if they want to work on their own in a silo, what do I mean? In isolation, by themselves, they are doing their own stuff, then so be it. Because what they are doing is also to bring us Biafra. But their actions and inactions must not be put on the head of the government. That's what I'm saying. In a war front, yes, there is a war, but sometimes some particular people, they are working by themselves. The commandos, the Rambos. You've watched the film Rambo. It tells you a story that really in a war front, people act that way, men or women. They go on that rampage by themselves to poison a leader or whatever. Or they get there and they use the gun and take out the enemies. Or they plant some landmine, go in there to the camp of the enemy and gather the information. It's normal. They work by themselves. And if they are caught, they're happy to take that, the bullet in their head. So in this case, I hope there can be peace. I hope, I pray. But if there is no trust between both sides, then perhaps we shall keep on rooting for both sides. The government, we shall root for the government, and our men on ground or the BLA who are doing their own stuff, we shall also root for them. Say, okay, you're working for yourselves, no wahala. But right now we are saying we are not enemies. We are not enemies. Let's continue.
That is what makes us a government. Those policies and procedures has to be followed, like the trainings, like the meetings that we do as cabinets. It's very, very important so that everybody is going to be on the same page.
Yes.
Anyone that does not want to work in that framework, there is nothing, we cannot help the person. It is a choice.
Wow. You see, in fact, me and the doctor, we are speaking as if we went through the same script. This is the first time I'm just, hearing this program from my brother, Kaya Report, This is the first time I'm just hearing this program, but you can see the point I made, she's making it here. See? Oh, man, okay. This life, I'm just being humble, but when the time is ripe, you always see the face of the lion when the time is ripe. But let's continue.
Everything we offer is a choice. That's why we are we are moving towards a democracy. We're not there yet, but we are gradually moving towards a democracy. So everyone has the right to do whatever they want, as long as it does not jeopardize the full restoration, protection of the United States of Biafra.
Exactly.
So I don't know whoever posted that question. When we, after our declaration, there are some people that say they do not want to work with the United States of Biafra people. They do not want to work with the United States of Biafra government. And those things are on social media. So how do you have problem with somebody that say they don't want to work with you? There's no problem. If there are people, those people prefer to work with, it's absolutely okay.
Madam, you're right. But also, I remember because we did what we did at the event in Finland. We all came back, and you were so gracious when you said we should take 1 week off. 1 week off on fundraising. We've just spent a lot in Finland. So you said, okay, guys, let the whole cabinet and the people of Biafra take 1 week off in fundraising. And suddenly, Sonia Akbarawa, Oge Nkere, and my guy as well, Vam, my guy. Then he was with them. Then they said, no, nobody is taking off, and I saw the problem. Men on ground, and they used that to woo over the men on ground. And suddenly the one they call success, who claimed to be the PA to Simon Ekpa. Somebody loved by Simon Ekpa. He speaks the dialect of Simon Ekpa. Success came, and next thing, went to poison the mind of the men on ground. So there was somebody planted that seed of discord. That spirit of misunderstanding between us, the USB and men on ground. And now they became confused. They now assumed Oge Nkere was the right person. But today, I believe their eyes is now open. Their eyes are now open because now they now see that the Oge Nkere they were following before. They followed him yesterday. But today, he's now saying he's the prime minister. How dare he? A man calling Simon Ekpa, my boss, my boss, my boss. My boss, Simon Ekpa, my boss, my boss. He sang the infamous song, Ife Game, never time. Ife Game, never time. Those were his words. And he said to the Nigerian government, we tricked them, we do them 419, we cajoled them. They thought it was over, but we showed them, we did them 419. Those were his words. And then perhaps he was playing to the gallery. People now assumed they could trust him. And hence, those men, they were, they are based in the local. I understand that. Miscommunication over time can lead to mistrust. They didn't know who to trust. And when they saw success, the right hand, the ace bunkum of Simon Ekpa, hanging around Oge Nkere and, Sonia Akbarawa, what do you expect, madam? Their hands, they are humans after all. They are human beings now. Eh? Even me, if not that I was so strong when I saw success, because I know how Simon Ekpa loved success. When I saw success, dangling around, I said, what's going on here? I must go back to the reset button, which is to follow the structure of somebody. Simon Ekpa had a structure. I had to go back to the structure. And all those things. It's not easy. It's not easy. To call a spade, it's not easy. But also, when we saw Kill and Bury in the government, I was worried because Kill and Bury is somebody that I personally am saying I have a personal vendetta with way back. But like I said, all things work out for good. I won't, because of one thing, be angry with the government. It's not done that way, because in leadership, you will not agree with everything a government is doing. Those that love Trump now in USA, there are some other policies they don't like Trump for. There are some they don't see eye to eye with him. So it's normal. You cannot agree with everything anyone is doing. When it comes to the government, it's even more complex because it's all about the policies. Some can be in favor, some can be against. All you have to do is keep on observing and protect your interest. So Kill and Bury was somebody that it robbed me somehow, even till now. I don't know how to tell lies. That thing robbed me somehow, but I understand. There are some things that I may not be privy to. Not being in the government, I may not be privy to. But also, we are all praying that when our leader comes back, Simon Ekpa, then, we shall now have a clearer picture to see how things are going. So at this point, let us please continue and just finalize and hear some good points that our Deputy Prime Minister made. Let's continue.
As they maintain the mission of the freedom movement, that needs to be maintained. That is why I'm not interested in what people say. I'm interested in what they do. Soludo cannot continue to threaten the indigenous Biafran people in main market Onisha and just think it's normal. I just think he can just threaten, lock people's shop down and just go and relax and just sleep peacefully like that. Those are the areas where Biafrans who say that they are trained to restore Biafra, those are the area they need to come in to ensure that nobody oppresses and suppresses the indigenous Biafrans.
Well said. Well said.
And we need to see that by the actions they carry out.
Well said.
Or the things they do. Anything short of that is just a distraction. And
I agree 100%. Anything short of that is just a distraction. Like I said, there are different ways to skin a cat. You know, if the goal is Biafra, and we see what Soludo is doing in Anambra State, a peaceful place, a place that was peaceful. They were saying, oh, no peace in Biafra land. Suddenly, Anambra has been waxing, you know, very, very nice and peaceful. From Christmas to the New Year, everything was peaceful. Until this man woke up. Few weeks to the appeal of Nnamdi Kanu's case. He wants to invoke anarchy in Anambra. So that way, they will now create the story and blame Nnamdi Kanu again. You see, these guys, they know how they operate in Nigeria. Few more days to our leader filing his appeal for the shambolic, you know, jailing that was done by Mr. James Illiterate Omotosho. Suddenly, the whole 5 states in Biafra land are peaceful. And Soludo from nowhere, he woke up probably on his left side and went down to Anambra State or the market, Onitsha market, and is picking up a fight. I can't believe this. In a private firm, a private sector, where you are so responsible for the ins and outs of your business. Some people, they might be in China buying goods. They were not around on Monday. Now they came back from China and they are hearing that their whole building has been shut down by the governor. Why? Because some people did not work on Monday. It does not make sense. In a private firm, it does not make sense. Such things can only be carried out by a governor or a government in a public sector, in a government parastatus. Eh? So when I ask myself, which kind of school this man go when he get first class and they were praising him? So Ludo, which school did you go? Because nobody knew you or knew you until Obasanjo came and made you to be in his cabinet. And you were in the CBN and said, this guy here, he's an Igbo man, an Igbo man. Nobody knew you. Even your name is strange. So Ludo, that's the first time I'm hearing a so-called Igbo person with that name. That name is strange. It's alien. You know, that name is strange. So Ludo, that surname, it is strange. I've never heard anybody with that name. You are the first in my life that I saw or heard bear that name. So you coming to create tension in Biafra land at the time when Nnamdi Kanu is about to put his appeal. Now I understand it. And to distract us, he did it on the day that the Yoruba government, they took the name of Sunday Igboho out of the most wanted list. So today, Igboho has no case in Nigeria. His record is now clean as a whistle. So for us not to say, how come the Yoruba government, they freed Igboho, they allowed him to come and bury his mother, now he's above the law, now he's free. Now he even said he is coming to fight insecurity for Nigeria. He is coming to help the Tinubu government to fight insecurity in Nigeria. Underline the word Nigeria. No more Yoruba nation. So while this is going on, suddenly Soludo came on that same day, on that same Monday, where we had the news, the breaking news, that Igboho is now a free man. In fact, he came down with a VIP to go and greet the Obas in Yoruba land because they helped him to get that case and those deals. That's fine. In a tribalized country, you expect that. Turn by turn Nigeria Limited. When the Fulani is there, they protect their own. When the Yoruba is there, they protect their own. It's only when a Biafran man is there or a so-called South man is there, that's when you see equality and rule of law. When Goodluck was there, you will see the rule of law will play out. They respect, they obey, the police, everybody will respect rule of law. But when a Yoruba man is there, he protects his own and he respects the Fulani. When the Fulani is there, he can punish the Biafrans and the Yorubas. When the Yoruba is there, he can only punish the Igbos, but he will leave the Fulani because he's scared of them. That's how complex Nigeria is. So they use Soludo as a smokescreen to shy or hide the information of Chief Sunday Igboho being free at a time when Nnamdi Kanu is spending life imprisonment in Sokoto, where a Yoruba judge said he would have given him the death penalty, despite we didn't see Nnamdi Kanu with a gun. But to call a spade, I don't have to tell lies. To call a spade, we saw Sunday Igboho carrying his gun, shooting the gun in the air. I was tempted to make a video on that, but I said no. I will not cut my nose just to spite by my face. Igboho is my brother. He's a comrade in what we do. Yes, I understand. People don't have discipline the way we have it. People can bend, they can fold when there is pressure. But someone like Nnamdi Kanu, he's saying, no, you cannot buy me. What I want is Biafra. It is Biafra or nothing. That's who we are. We are different. We are peculiar. But these governors, they keep on letting us down. People like Soludo, they are letting us down every time. What should be our response? That Nigerian government, the Fulani government, they went to Kenya to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu and they brought him to Nigeria. And today they've locked him life imprisonment. What do you expect we the Biafrans to do? To fold our hands, act like cowards, shy away, hide in the house? Become slaves and servitudes and say nothing? No, we said, okay, the best approach, if we carry guns and fight, they will blame it on Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. If we carry flag, they will come and shoot us and kill us. The best thing, we shall stay at home, at the comfort of our home, and protest within the confine of our homes. And suddenly, Soludo has come with the unthinkable. Something that I will expect from a dropout, a primary school dropout that don't understand the fundamental human right of a human. I will expect someone like, a riffraff from, which governor will be, riffraff? The Edo State governor. We expect him to do what this idiot is doing in Anambra State. Look, I am so vexed. I am so vexed because this man doesn't act like us. He is not an Igbo man. He doesn't have the DNA of an Igbo man. He did what he did on the day that Chief Sunday Igboho was cleared of all wrongdoing. We saw him chase the Fulani from Owo. He chased them away from their land, from Yoruba land, which is fine. He carried guns. He shot guns in the air. He shot bullets. They came to his house to kill him. They killed 2 people in his house. And he ran away. But today he's a free man. And to hide the news, to shy away from the news, this idiot in Anambra came to do the unthinkable in the land of Onitsha. Oh my God, man. So please, men on ground, I will say keep on observing what is happening. For now, keep on observing. Because this thing must not be allowed to go down. This man is not one of us. Soludo is not one of us. The behavior of this man shows, it signifies he is not one of us. Where's the empathy? That a man we love so much, a man you went to visit in this dungeon, you pretended, you used him to do your election. And now because you're on your second tenure, you're not acting this way and acting like you're now the Hitler of the Biafra land. You are a joker. You must be joking. Now watch will they watch you. We know who sent you now. Now watch will they watch you, because they want to hide away this case of Sunday. We'll say, how come this boy he's free now? He's a free man. No more DSS, no more police, no more army on his case. He's a free man now. Igboho is a free man. He has no case on him. But Nnamdi Kanu is spending life imprisonment. Not only that, in fire away Sokoto. Lord, man, look. Okay, let me just calm down. Let me calm down. We're on social media. Let me calm down. But I'll give the floor back to our Deputy Prime Minister. I'm so sorry for venting off this way. Let's continue.
I'm not going to be part of that destruction. Let's go to the next person, please. 15 minutes, we're going to shut down, please.
Okay, let's end it here. I believe that was where she wrapped it up, and I'm happy with the response so far. Let's end it up here. Okay, there's some more. Listen.
Contributed towards our freedom.
Listen.
I respect them. I cherish them. That's why I am not going to devote my time for people to drag this government where we don't need to be. Like I've said before, when we come back after our declaration, we gave every Biafran time to work with the government. We gave everyone the opportunity to work with the government. And again, in the restoration of our freedom, it may not be everyone that want to work with the government.
I agree.
That's where the democracy comes in. Mm-hmm. We don't force no one to work for Biafra people. And we're not going to do that. My thing is, everyone believes they have an assignment given to them by somebody.
Okay.
As their leader in this government, in the restoration of our freedom. Everyone has a task assigned to them.
I agree, madam, I agree.
So, my expectation is that everyone focus on that task, which he or she presumably said they were given to do.
Okay, I like that.
Let everyone focus on their task.
Mm-hmm.
It is not for me to condemn anyone, say anything against anyone, and then distract us from what we are doing. I
agree, madam. I agree.
Anyone that says there's an assignment they were given, they have a leader, that leader has told them to do so. Let them do what that leader has said. As long as that leader is Onyindim Nnamdi Kanu and Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, these are the only two leaders that are in charge at this time in this restoration freedom movement. Those are
well said, madam. Man, my God. Madam, you are showing your wisdom here. Wisdom. Wisdom. As the song goes, wisdom comes by hearing. Wisdom comes by hearing. Wisdom comes by praying. Well, my God, let me not go there, man. What is said here matters. Because of a truth, the same way Nnamdi Kanu gave people some assignments, he will expect them to execute it. Even when it's not around, the assignment is your assignment. And for Simon Ekpa as well, he gave some people assignments. I once used the frame, my name is Legion because we are many. That spirit in the Bible, some call it the devil, they call it a dark angel. When they said, you, what's your name? And the angel said, my name is Legion because we are many. He qualified his name. It means you are seeing one person, but within that one person, there are so many people. Within a front, within an interface, behind it, at the back door, at the back end, people are operating. So I am happy you said this. It means you really understand You get it. You understand Simon Ekpa very well. You know, Obatobie put some things on ground. You know? And sometimes those things must be left the way it should be until the return of Mazi Simon Ekpa. And Madam, also, I would say, you know, if anyone comes to you and say, hey, Madam, okay, Simon Ekpa told me to do this and that, tell us, okay, when Simon Ekpa returns, you can continue from that thing. But for now, this is what I'm doing. But when Simon Ekpa comes back, and you want to say this and that, fine. But I was not there when Simon Ekpa told you. So keep doing what you're doing. But for now, this is where I'm driving the government to, the USB government. This is where we are going. Then when Simon Ekpa comes, that thing he asks you to do, make sure you have done it so that when he comes, you will give account of your stewardship. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. When I say my name is Legion because we are many. Some riffraff, they want to try to pinpoint things. They want to think out of the box. Oh, you are this person, you're that person. I just laugh at them because they don't understand. Only Simon Ekpa understands what I'm doing. Unfortunately. Over Toby. So my job is not to come and tell the government what to do. No. I am a disciple of Simon Ekpa, a helper, a servant. A disciple is like a stooge, a helper, a servant of somebody. That's my own job role. I'm not here to be in the cabinet, to be in the government, to run affairs in the government, to do some policies, to help you guys with drafting or coming with a policy. That's not my job role. No. I am outside, watching from the outside. That's how we roll. So I appreciate that Madam understands that. You know, I'm happy you get it. That's a very good point. You have scored a very high score in my books that you made that statement. But let's continue.
Only two at this time. Our immediate past leader and the one before. So as long as anyone moves to do what they think or what they say that person told them to do, that is fine. But the stand of the government is that we have an immediate past leader who is our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anything anyone must do must be in line with what Simon Ekpa has instructed.
Yes.
Anyone that is genuinely seeking for the freedom of the people must do that, must follow those policies laid down by our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa before he was taken away.
Yes.
Many Biafrans that were there when Simon Ekpa was around, we are not familiar with some of the policies of Onyendo Nnamdi Kanu.
True.
That is why I keep telling people, those of us that took over from the Prime Minister, we will be answerable to the Prime Minister directly.
True. That's the truth, madam. You've spoken well. Because even me that is breaking all these things down, I wasn't privy to the doctrines of Nnamdi Kanu. What do I mean? When I heard about the DOS, I was like, what's this guy talking about? Okay, you know? But it was when Simon Ekpa spoke on Nnamdi Kanu supporting him, I now saw a person in a perfect reflection of myself. I said, who is this guy? Look at the confidence, look at the swagger, look at the prowess. He they sing, I they sing. Okay, he they smile, I they smile. But when he strikes with the iron fist. I say, okay, this is me. I can see me in this guy. And that drew the interest. Like I keep saying it here. Up till COVID-19, I was busy building the empire of the white man. My eyes was blind. I zeroed my heart in that zoo called Nigeria. I saw Nigeria as a disgraced country, a shithole, something not worth even writing about. You know, the dead leading the dead, the blind leading the blind. That was how I saw them. With all the oil they are stealing, they are still wallowing in abject poverty. Their children are using drugs, everything. There is no light. I saw Nigeria as a dark age. I was busy building the empire of the white man. Until COVID-19 struck. And for the first time, I had to delegate my team working from home. It means you are the comfort of your home. Not for 1 month, not for 2 months, not for 1 year. I say, wow, what's going on here? Things started to change. Then I was wondering, how are my people back home? Our people back home, how are they faring? What's going on in Africa? Can Nigeria contain this? Because if the Western world, they are struggling to contain this, people are dying and the rest of them. How can a country like Nigeria, without the facilities, how will they cope? I was watching. I think they should thank God for the sun, that hot Scotch sun in Africa. They should thank God for that sun. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Technically, if you ask me, that sun was helping to fend off the virus. If not, it could have been a genocide. Not even something worse than that could have happened. Like a plague where people would just die like animals in Nigeria or in Africa. So while I was tuning online, on social media, on YouTube, trying to see what is happening, I now got in contact with, what's going on, all those things. I got a wind of Nnamdi Kanu. I said, oh, who is this guy? Okay. Who is this guy? I love the way he speaks. But suddenly people around him, they were not smart enough. Ima powerful. I hear they are saying command and control. It means these guys have the power to command and control me. Who are these guys? No, they are not fit enough. With such responsibility, the power of command and control should have wholly lied on the hands of Nnamdi Kanu. But when those miscreants, they are talking, their English is not even coherent enough. I say, no, these guys, they are not ready. They are not ready. Until I saw Simon Ekpa speak. He did the program and I saw him like, wow, okay, who is this guy? Who is this one? I'm seeing myself in him. I'm like, so, okay. I had that affinity for Simon Ekpa. And when he said he was a disciple of Nnamdi Kanu, so, okay, who is this guy? And when they were now, attacking him and all those things, and before Nnamdi Kanu was cut, he down said, you must listen to Simon Ekpa, share his video, because Simon is coming with a new dimension. I understood where he was coming from. Like Moses and Joshua, the same scenario was playing out. Moses was old, his hands were falling to the ground. He could not fight the war anymore. All he had to do was lift his hands up and the Israelites will win the war, but he became tired. He was old. So Joshua and the other guy, is it Caleb, had to hold his hands. And he knew, old age has come. In this case, he told the people to follow Joshua. He is the one to lead you to the promised land. Moses said that. You guys don't, let me not go deeper, but that Bible people are reading, you're only seeing the short form of things. There are some stories behind the story. Moses could not lift his hand anymore. They were using jars as we're using jars now. When he raised his hand up, people are, the Israelites were winning the war. But because he was too old, his hands kept on coming down. And when the hands are down, the Israelites have become casualties in the war. Until he looked at it and said, okay, Ogulam body, I'm tired. This body needs a rest. So he told the people to follow Joshua. He is the one to take you to the promised land. A new heaven. That's what they called it though. Not even promised land. A new heaven. Not the heaven on earth. He will take you to a new heaven. The land promised to you by God. Even though his brother felt somehow, Aaron felt somehow, say, how can you give it to this guy now to Joshua. I know now. I've been here. I was with you from your, from our father's house since you were a kid. Some said, I've been with you since 2012. Aaron felt that way. There was some tension between Aaron and Joshua. Let me not go in there. So when I saw that, I said, okay, this guy has passed on the baton to this young man. And when the DOS came out, when Nnamdi was kidnapped, the DOS came and they were attacking Simon Ekpa. Like, really? You were all here when Nnamdi was here. None of you attacked Simon Ekpa. But now that they have kidnapped Nnamdi, you all are now attacking Simon Ekpa. That was when I knew I had an assignment. So I said, okay, going forward, I am a disciple of Simon Ekpa. And after my 1 and 2's discussions with Simon Ekpa himself, the assignment was given. And ever since, I've been doing all the tasks that was laid down by my master, Simon Ekpa. So yeah, that doesn't mean I'll not come and tell the government what you are doing is wrong or right. No, until Simon Ekpa returns. He'll be here soon now. He'll be here soon. But let's continue, please. Let's wrap it up.
And the Prime Minister will be answerable to our Onyendu directly. That is the only way. There is no other way. And I've made it clear, no one can jump Simon Ekpa and said you are restoring Biafra. No, because some of the things that went wrong during Onyendu's time, which our Prime Minister discovered, he corrected them. He corrected some of those things. For example, when the criminal DOS sold the ESN to the delegitimized governors, the Prime Minister was there and he corrected that.
Yeah.
So nobody can come out now and say, oh, he was doing so during Onyendu Nnamdi's kind of time. Then when Prime Minister Simon Ekpa came, that's why that woman that was just talking, I don't even know who she is, but I think she's just so misguided that she's just creating problem for herself. You can never, ever respect, follow Nnamdi Kanu, and you don't do the same thing to Simon Ekpa. It's not going to work.
Yes.
And you cannot do the same thing to Simon Ekpa and not do that to Dr. Orabueze. It's not going to work.
Exactly.
People have a choice on what they want to do. That continuum must be maintained. It must be maintained.
They call it the delegation of power or the hierarchy of power. The hierarchy of power. Simon Ekpa is answerable to Nnamdi Kanu. Dr. Ngozi is answerable to Simon Ekpa. If you respect Nnamdi Kanu, you must respect Simon Ekpa. If you respect Simon Ekpa, you must respect Dr. Orabueze. You see, that scala is there. The hierarchy of power. Oh my God. I don't want to teach. But what she said there is 100%. You cannot rob Peter to pay Paul. You don't do that here. There is a scala of authority. When I say scala, I mean a scale, levels. The hierarchy of power. Onyendu is answerable to the people and to the gods of Biafra. That's how this thing works. You see? Now, once you understand this, you will now know where you fit in. You will now know your lane. Those of you that Simon Ekpa gave an assignment, fine. Keep on doing your assignment, but don't come and disrupt the job Dr. Ngozi is doing, because at the end, when Simon Ekpa is freed, she will have to give account of her stewardship. So if you distract her from what she's doing now, you have created a problem for her in giving account to Simon Ekpa. All things being equal. Ceteris paribus. All things being equal. For example, Ogenke the night, it's clear he was working for himself. He was working for the politicians. This was a planned stuff. They wanted to make him the prime minister so that now they will not create more disarray within the government, within the structure of what Simon Ekpa has built. And he's still doing it. Or, on the other hand, he has made himself to become a useful idiot. to those in Washington. And they are saying, hey, yes, we want to give them Biafra, but we need somebody who will be a stooge, a softy, because we heard in the history of Nigeria, Britain had to work with the Northerners because they were weak intellectually and the rest of them. They were good slaves. When we get them freedom in 1950, is it 1959? They said, no, they are not ready. Or 1957, they said, no, they are not ready to be free. Britain wants to give you independence. You say, no, Britain, hold it. We are not ready to be free. How is that possible? Well, they said that to Britain because we would have gotten our independence before 1960. Britain, they were in a rush, but not say, no, we are not ready. We need to have a structure on ground. While people like Zeke, Awolowo, and the rest of them, and now they were fighting for the first. Say, give it to us, then give it to us. We are ready. Not say they are not ready. So maybe those in Washington, they've seen Oge Nkiri as a weak link, somebody they can maneuver, a UI, a useful idiot, or a useful tool for America, because it's all about interest. It's just like, for example, you want to buy a computer in Computer Village. You have looked around, you have seen the same brand, but different prices. As you're about to pay for the price of Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpa, suddenly someone said, hey, there is the same product here, but the price is less. And the owner of the product can't even read or write. So even when you pay them less, they won't know. The owner is Oge Nkiri. So now maybe they want to go through Oge Nkiri. So that way they will not be controlling him like a remote control. We don't know. But the way he's acting, it is clear he's coming all the way from the southeast. Because the way he's acting is a bit strange. But someone was telling me, say, bro, you know how this guy is roll now. They always want to use the one they can control like a remote control. I said, I understand. Even though they will do the job, but they need that free way. Not somebody that will be on their way asking them, but why do you want this? Why do you want that? Can you explain, the process that you will use to achieve this? But with Oge Nkiri, all he has to do is take picture and a handshake, and he's happy. He takes a picture with his bag, handshake, is happy. So perhaps they see him as somebody they can use and dump, or use and maximize their own interest, because this is all about interest. It's all about interest. I keep saying this: the bakery man wakes up in the morning to bake you bread, not because he loves you. I repeat, the bakery man bakes you bread in the morning, not because they love you. No. But they are thinking about the profit they will make off you before you shower and go for your work. Your job starts around 7 a.m., Abi? Or 9 a.m., then you have to leave home around 7. Now the bakery man will wake up around 5:30, bake the bread, it's fresh, smells so good, so succulent, a sweet savour. You can smell it from a mile away. You can smell the sweet savour, oh my God, of the bakery. You understand that kind of stuff where you are smelling that fresh bread. So you are rushing to the bakery to go and buy that bread, to make your tea, your egg, and your bread and enjoy them. Make breakfast before you rush down to work. Now, so some of you, when you get to the bakery, say, thank you, God bless you. Say you make the bread quick, God bless you. But to him, he's laughing because they made the bread to make the money off you before you set off for your work. So that way, they've made the first money off you. Then as you are going, your taxi will take money, the bus, the moluwe, your car, the fuel. You get to work and the rest of them. Lord have mercy. Look, I can go on and on. I enjoy videos like this, things that are intellectual, things that I want to hear from Dr. Ngozi more. I like to hear from her. She sparks that thing in me. I'm tired of hearing from these miscreants. They just make me to laugh. But when I hear from her, I feel good and I want to teach, But the other miscreants, they make me to just laugh and crack jokes. And I'm tired of cracking jokes because we have passed the stage of cracking jokes. This is real now. This is real. Our country is here. Biafra is here. Things are real now. But I digress. Let's continue.
Respected. And respected. That is the only leadership available to 80 million Biafrans at this time. You can come out and say you hate Simon Ekpa. He was doing this, and then Nigeria was after Simon Ekpa. That's why he is in jail.
Yes.
So those of you that think you were doing this, do it. Why are you not in jail?
Yes.
Why is the Nigerian government not targeting you?
Yes.
Because you don't matter. You are absolutely just playing.
Yes.
Playing and making noise.
I agree.
Why were you not the target? If you were genuinely restoring Biafra, but you are not. That's why the only two people that are genuinely suffering for this that we have right now is only Nnamdi Kanu and Prime Minister Simon Ekpa.
Yes.
Those two must be respected, must be followed, must. Any law they've written down, they've put down, must. And it must go in the order of who are we directly following, who has directly given us instructions on what to do, how to do it. Is it Simon Ekpa? So at this time, anyone that deviates from any instruction from Simon Ekpa, that person is an enemy of the 80 million Biafrans, and the person must be treated as such.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Yes, I agree.
There are no two ways about it.
I agree.
There are no two ways about it. There are no two ways about it, and Biafrans know that. Let's go to the next one.
My DPM. Just said,
my people, I'll leave it here. I mean, I can go on and on. I can go on and on, you know? But I keep saying it, my time has not come. Nigeria, make that thank God. My time has not come. My time has not come. But soon and very soon, you will see the face of the white lion. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. As I wrap it up, I want to say please to the men on ground. We are so glad you guys are safe. You are well. Keep doing what you're doing. If you guys are ready to work with the government, then there are some laid down rules that applies. But if you want to do things yourself, adios, no wala. Keep on doing you, no wala. You know, they say all road leads to your destination. So no wahala. Yeah, I appreciate the job you guys are doing. And I appreciate the job our Deputy Prime Minister is doing, because it's not easy. I'll be a liar to say it's easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Lord, my people, let's leave it there. I'll be back with its second video where Commander Yahoo spoke to the Finnish Prime Minister or the Finnish President Alex Stubb. And in that one, it depends on my spirit. I may have to speak to him in my lion voice. I may have to speak to Alex Stubb in my lion voice, in my Biafran voice. I'm not a gentleman. This voice I'm using is not my voice. When we speak, we roar like lions. That's who we are. I'm trying to be a gentleman, but I'm not. I am far from that. But let me fall back and keep it pushing. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. No more talk.